Well, a recent leak seemed to reveal not only stuff coming up in Phase 5, but Marvel's full slate for Phase 6 and Phase 7, which includes more Avengers movies. Let's take a couple minutes to dive into this report, break it all down, and talk a little bit about how much of it we really should believe. Well, today there's really a ton of excitement surrounding the future of the MCU and some of the plans Marvel has coming our way. Marvel Studios has absolutely been packing Disney Plus for about 2 years, and the films, despite some box office shenanigans, are still doing really well in the theaters, and I think Marvel Studios is positioned to dominate that in the years to come. Now, earlier today we got a report that came via Marvel Studios Spoilers, which is a Reddit page, but it was posted by one of their moderators who has a bit of an accurate track record with some MCU content. This report seemed to break down Phase 5, Phase 6, and Phase 7, which looks absolutely stunning. Now, we're all very aware that Phase 4 had some quantity over quality issues, which Marvel is looking to flip back to the other side of the equation. But this schedule is really big, and honestly, it doesn't feel so much like they're stomping on the brakes, maybe just paying more attention. So let's dive into each phase. Now, Phase 5 has already kicked off with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and will be followed up by Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, the report does say that after Guardians of the Galaxy, we are going to see Secret Invasion coming this May. That will be followed by Loki in July, Echo coming this October, along with The Marvels set to release this fall. But then there's 2 special presentations. It looks like we're getting a Halloween and a holiday presentation once again. The Halloween presentation is going to come in the form of Mephisto, which would be absolutely incredible and put the character on the map for the MCU moving forward. They're saying that the holiday presentation for 2023 is going to be Sentry, which honestly I am super excited about, and would suggest the project has been in development for a lot longer than Marvel Studios has told us. Now, 2024 also has a pretty big schedule, with IRONHEART debuting early in the year, followed by Daredevil Born Again. Then we're set to get Captain America New World Order, another season of I Am Groot in mid-2024, then the Thunderbolts, Deadpool 3, and Wonder Man. Now, apparently 2024 is also going to have a Halloween special presentation, and this apparently will be in the form of Man-Thing, which I find pretty exciting since he was awesome in the Werewolf by Night presentation. Now, this is where we kick off Phase 6, and Phase 6 is going to start with Blade, which is set for release in November 8th, 2024. This will be followed up by a Silver Surfer special presentation as the holiday presentation for 2024, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Fantastic Four, Vision Quest, and then Armor Wars, which they're estimating for May of 2025. Now, after this, we're apparently going to get What If Season 2, and beyond that it gets more interesting, because what's being reported is that we will then see the Young Avengers in July of 2025, a Midnight Angels television series in the fall of 2025, and Ghost Rider for the 2025 Halloween special. This will be followed up by Marvel Zombies, which will also release that October, but apparently is still a series. Now, as we get to the end of 2025, Phase 6 continues, and that would be with Shang-Chi 2, a Nova special presentation for holiday 2025, Spider-Man 4, which will be released in late 2025, a Strange Academy television series for early 2026, Doctor Strange 3 for 2026, Miss Marvel Season 2 for spring of 2026, and then finally the Kang Dynasty, which we know releases on May the 1st, 2026. Now, this takes us into Phase 7, and honestly, it gets even more wild. Now, what's being reported is that Phase 7 will be a Battleworld saga, but it's right now unclear if every single movie will take place in this new temporary reality, or just some of the content. Now, the same report breaks down the slate for Phase 7, and it once again is pretty big. Apparently, we're opening up with Moon Knight Season 2, which is set for mid-2026, a Midnight Suns movie for July of 2026, which should get fans pretty excited, She-Hulk Season 2 for the fall of 2026, and World War Hulk, which they're claiming will be released in November of 2026. Now, that same year will also have a holiday and a Halloween special, both of which are untitled right now, but given the slate, you probably have some ideas of who could show up. Now, the report goes on to say that the final season of What If should arrive in early 2027, with that same year sporting Eternals 2, an Illuminati television series, and then finally leading us to the big event, Avengers Secret Wars. Apparently, that's not the capstone to Phase 7, because there's another Avengers movie being developed called Avengers Forever, and according to the same report, it could drop in 2027 or 2028. Basically ending this period of storytelling and serving as a final farewell to the remaining Infinity War characters, basically giving Marvel the opportunity to do a full reboot. Now, additionally, there are projects rumored around several characters, including the Scarlet Witch, Monica Rambeau, Namor, and Deadpool, but the most interesting one could be a Nomad television series starring Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, which I would have to believe will be set in that time period between Civil War and Infinity War. Now, that feels a little bit too good to be true, quite honestly, but everybody would absolutely watch it. But like all of these reports, none of it is coming from Marvel Studios. Now, this slate does feel pretty robust, and does feel like Marvel Studios, but this is still Reddit. Obviously, the early parts of the slate have been all but confirmed, and many of these match many of the rumors we've been seeing for months. There is a bit of a downtick in the number of projects released, but it's clear Marvel still has a really robust slate moving forward, and if even half of this is true, Marvel fans have a very bright future. Now, we're going to cover the Marvel slate, Phase 5, Phase 6, and Phase 7, all the way to the end. And it's clear Marvel does have a plan. How much of it just got revealed on Reddit, we're going to have to wait and see. Just saying the word Reddit draws a huge red flag, but like we said, the moderators of this forum have hit some home runs, and honestly, I thought you guys might want to know all the MCU futures. And honestly, I thought you guys would want to know some of these predictions for the MCU future.